The six dispersed to their first assigned stations. Fred Worcester ended up in the maneuvering room, watching and listening as the on-watch electrician explained how the submarine's batteries supplied power to the main motors when they were submerged, and how the two Nulseco 6 EB-14 diesels both charged the two 60-cell batteries and supplied the main motors when the sub was running on the surface. By the end of 2 hours, all the switches, controllers, and gauges were starting to make sense to Worcester. He next made his way up to the torpedo room for his second watch. The submarine's JP sonar system was operated from there. The R1 JP system had a sonar head that lowered below the hull and another one that raised from the deck above. The lower one, or the supersonic head, was useful for detecting very high-frequency noise, such as a destroyer using its own active sonar to search for a submarine. The upper head resembled a long bar and was trainable to get a bearing on any detected sonic noise. Worcester listened to the outside ocean through the headset. The clicks and pops of various sea life was fascinating. He had no idea of the noises that things as small as shrimp or as large as whales made. The sonar operator was in his element, enjoying pointing out the various sounds as he spun the wheel that rotated the upper sound head. "Hear that? That's the Montauk Ferry," he said as they listened to the turning of the ferry's screws. The noise had a chug, chug, chug sound. "The ferry hit the pier a couple of months ago and bent a blade on one of its screws," the sonar operator explained. "That's why it makes that particular sound. Next time you're out, they'll have fixed it maybe, and it'll sound different. Now, let's see where those whales got to." He spun the wheel around so that the sound head was looking out toward the open Atlantic. Suddenly, they heard not the sound of a pod of whales, but a loud rushing, whooshing noise. Worcester was not sure if he was listening to a waterfall or a rainstorm. Then he noticed the expression on the face of the sonar operator. The man looked alarmed. He grabbed the microphone and yelled, "Con, sonar, I'm hearing a submarine diving, and it's close, dead ahead." Worcester felt the submarine suddenly angle up and, at the same time, saw that they were dramatically changing course. His first thought was that this was all part of the training, but if it was, the sonarman was one talented actor. "Jesus! Looks like the skipper is going up to take a look," he said as he slowly turned the hand wheel to keep the sonar head aimed at the intruding submarine. "Whoever it is, that guy is sure taking his sweet time diving." Up in the conning tower, Jim Moore raised the periscope. Then, just as it broke through the surface, he was staring at a sight he never imagined he would see. There was a German Type 1A submarine, and it was only a couple of 100 yards away, steaming straight at them on a collision course. He could see the mist blowing up from the German boat's ballast tank vents as it settled lower into the water in the process of slowly diving. There was a swastika painted on the front of the boat's conning tower. "Dive! Make your depth 100 feet, ahead flank!"